Take a moment and think about all your dreams, visions, and goals. Why haven't you accomplished them yet? Why aren't you living the life you desire? If you are like most people, the answer boils down to one word: fear. Fear is the limiting factor stopping you from working toward what you want. Fear is your subconscious voice, and when you listen within, you hear all the limiting beliefs that keep you safe by holding you back. Fear distracts you and leads to excuses, but it doesn't have to. Learning how to overcome fear is one of the most liberating pursuits you can undertake. In today's video, we'll have a closer look at how to conquer fear and move closer to a fulfilled life. Have your journals ready! But first, let me introduce myself. Hi, it's Monica, your intuitive trauma transformation coach, who helps you face and successfully navigate through the storms of life, guiding you through a most powerful self-healing process and teaching you all the mindfulness tools you need to embark on your journey to your core self and create the life you've always envisioned. Don't get me wrong, fear can be very healthy when we are facing a dangerous situation or a predator. But there's a kind of fear that penetrates our lives daily, and it's called anxiety. Think of anxiety as a long-term fear. When we live in a state of anxiety and ongoing stress, our body releases a chemical called cortisol. And too much cortisol can cause problems sleeping and focusing, as well as weight gain and a compromised immune response. Let's have a look at the two most common fears in the world. There is, of course, the fear of uncertainty. At our core, all our thoughts, decisions, and behaviors are driven by 6 human needs. The first one is certainty, assurance you can avoid pain and gain pleasure, feeling safe. The second one is uncertainty and variety, the need for the unknown, change and new stimuli. The third is significance, feeling unique, important, special, or needed. The fourth is connection and love, a strong feeling of belonging and closeness or union with someone or something. The fifth is growth, an expansion of capacity, capability, or understanding and insight. The sixth is contribution, a sense of service and focus on helping, giving to and supporting others. For many of us, certainty is our most powerful need. We want to know what is coming next. We want to control life. And while we do need some certainty in our lives, we also need uncertainty and variety. Fear of uncertainty prevents us from getting out of our comfort zones. It tells us, you might as well stay here where it's safe, or you better stick with the devil you know already. And it's the real reason so many people feel stuck, unable to move forward, take action, and achieve their goals. The second fear is the fear of failure, which also stems from the human need for certainty, as well as the need for significance. We are wired to play it safe and avoid pain at all costs. We want to feel significant. But failure makes us feel small and unimportant. However, we are also wired for growth, and many successful and famous people are proof that failure leads to growth. You must shift your mindset about failure to think of it as a motivator to propel you forward. Let's look at 10 tips on how to conquer fear, or better, how to harness the fear response and use it to your advantage. It all begins with finding your center, which is a part of the mindfulness techniques I teach. So let's just focus on our breath for a moment. Putting one hand on the heart and the other hand on the navel. Feeling our feet on the floor. Growing those imaginary roots deep down with every exhale. Feeling connected to the heavens above and the earth below. And dropping into the heart. That's it. All right. The first step is to identify your fears. So open your journal and reflect on what it is you are afraid of. Sit quietly for a few minutes and think about an area of your life where you feel held back or perhaps even totally stuck. Invite your fears and limiting beliefs about this special area of your life to show up. Just be curious and observe your thoughts, feelings, and bodily sensations. Write down everything that comes up. Be as specific as you can. Where in your body is this fear? How does it look like or feel? If you dare to look at it in an abstract way, write down if this fear is male or female. Does it remind you of anyone in your life? Perhaps from your past. Can you ask this fear, what's its purpose? Thank it for keeping you safe. And then start asking the following questions. Could I let it go? Would I let it go? When? Would now be a good time? Breathe deeply and feel it leaving your body. And consider embracing a daily mindfulness meditation practice to gain greater clarity on what drives you. As you find your center, you'll feel empowered to confront your fears. The second step is to recognize that fear can work to our advantage. Our emotions exist to tell us things. When you feel fear, your soul wants to tell you something. So listen. If you feel overcome by stress or distracted by a subtle but persistent anxiety, it's most likely a subconscious fear that needs your attention. Rather than avoiding it, overcoming fear requires leaning into your anxiety. View your fear as a piece of information or lesson instead of a threat to your survival. When you use anxiety to your advantage, it can't ruin your life. In overcoming fear, it becomes your ally or mentor, a critical source of guidance to reach your full potential. The third step is to sit with your fear. There are times for action and times for reflection. Acting too quickly to overcome your fear can lead to behaviors that do more harm than good, like reaching for a drink, indulging in comfort food, or even repressing the feeling entirely. Next time you feel fearful, do nothing. Just sit with your fear for a few moments. Think about it. What is the root cause? Is it fear of uncertainty? Fear of failure? Does it stem from your childhood? Your parents' beliefs? What is the story you tell yourself about why you can't overcome this fear? A moment of reflection can have a great effect on overcoming fear in a way that is productive, deliberate, and effective. The fourth step is to create goals that are musts. Oftentimes, the process of overcoming fear gets stifled by uninspiring or elusive goals we set for ourselves. To turn this around, ask yourself, what does the life you desire and deserve look like? Visualize. Is it just a someday, maybe plan, or do you commit to actively working toward it? Is it something that is attainable? Brainstorm creating a compelling goal. If you accomplish this, will you feel fulfilled? Is this the why you want to live for? Dig deeper. What is your ideal outcome and why? Is it financial independence, to travel anytime, anywhere? Consider what your life will look like if you don't achieve this outcome and compare it to what your life will look like if you do. Once you feel that your goal is essential, the fear of not making an effort eclipses the fear of failure. That's when you'll be inspired to act. Before we come to the fifth step, please quickly click on subscribe, give me a thumbs up, and hit the bell as well. Thank you. The fifth step is to recognize your excuses. Fear makes you a procrastinator. I'm really tired. I have other stuff to do. It's a dumb idea anyway. Sounds familiar? Is there any truth to these statements? Or are you constructing excuses to avoid potential failure? It's much easier and less painful to make excuses than it is to put in the long hours and energy it will take to work toward your goal. But excuses and opting out will ultimately leave you feeling unfulfilled. If you want to conquer your fear, you need to take a different, proactive approach. Start recognizing when you are using excuses and figure out how to overcome them. Too tired? Adjust your schedule so you can get a better night's sleep. Or add a mindfulness exercise. Not enough time? Assess your priorities and find out where you can make time. It's possible. And the next time an excuse comes to you, make the decision not to give in to what's the little voice telling you, or not to listen to it at all. My strategies was singing la 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 and saying, I can't hear you. The sixth step is to surround yourself with success. Proximity is power. This is also known as the law of attraction. And you will hear motivational speakers say, whatever you hold in your mind on a consistent basis is exactly what you will experience in your life. People who are focused on overcoming fear and achieving their dreams surround themselves with others who have the same mindset. These are people who are role models and mentors and will challenge and push you to achieve your goals. That's why coaches are important, right? To overcome fear, you need to raise your standards and allow others to hold you accountable. Talking about focus brings us to the seventh step of adopting a growth mindset. As long as you are afraid, you will stay in one place. As long as you are overwhelmed by negative thoughts, you won't be able to move forward. It's your monkey mind bombarding you with questions like, what if I make a mistake? What if I fail again? And what will other people think of me? However, it's not about achieving your goals and being perfect every step of the way. No one is ever perfect all the time. It's about getting comfortable with what you don't know and continuing anyway. This is the foundation of a growth mindset. No matter how many mistakes you make or how slowly you progress, you're still way ahead of everyone who isn't trying at all. As you work to overcome fear, you will realize that there will be lots of trials and tribulations along the way. As soon as you've accepted that the path to success includes ups and downs, you'll be one step closer to attaining your goals. The eighth step is about finding valuable insight into pain. No one likes pain. Most of us go to great lengths to avoid it. But pain is a profound teacher. If you accept that your life and your efforts to achieve your goals will be painful at times, painful experiences become opportunities for growth. When you let go of pain as a threat to your survival, it loses its power and becomes another tool for overcoming fear. Everyone experiences hardships in life. It doesn't matter whether your setbacks are personal or professional. What matters are the lessons you take from those experiences and how you apply them to your future instead of letting fear of uncertainty due to your past experiences dictate your decisions. Actively choose to learn from those painful moments to be in control of your own life. The ninth step is of utmost importance: visualizing your goals regularly. You've done the mental work, identifying the real reasons you are holding yourself back and determining your must-haves in your life. But overcoming fear requires that you practice these habits daily so they will lead to true action. Give your power and energy to solutions. Goal visualization is a big part of it. It's used by some of the most successful athletes, actors, and entrepreneurs. Goal visualization sets your focus. And where your focus goes, energy flows. It can take the form of priming, meditation, or imagery training. The important thing is that you see yourself succeeding and fully immerse yourself in your goal. You'll condition your brain to believe that anything is possible, a key step to overcoming fear. And finally, the 10th step is about accepting that you will fail over and over again. What if I told you that failure is often a better teacher than success? If you accept from the onset that failure is an inevitable part of success, you'll be less afraid of it. Failure can provide you with valuable learning experiences that will positively impact your future strategies. Everyone fails. Successful business owners, world leaders, artists, athletes, scientists, doctors. Our society shies away from talking about failure and instead solely celebrates successes. And this creates a false impression that to be truly successful, you must always be perfect and never fail. But part of overcoming fear is recognizing that everyone on this planet, including those you know and admire, have encountered several failures on their path to greatness. The quicker you realize that your fear of failure is preventing you from making the decision to accomplish your dreams, the sooner you'll be able to accept the possibility of failure. And then move on. Let's do a quick exercise. Stand up with your feet wider than hip wide apart. Raise your arms with open palms. facing forward. Raise your heels from the ground, breathing in, holding your breath while standing tall, and then breathe out, lowering your arms to the side and the heels to the ground. How does it make you feel when you are standing tall like this? Is there any fear left in this stance? Look ahead while doing this exercise several times, visualizing the future you desire. Please let me know in the comments box below how it made you feel and what your insights are. Please share this video with anyone who could benefit from the wisdom of conquering fear. Like always, peace begins with me. Namaste, namaste. And remember, you deserve to break free and live your magic.